Hey guys, welcome back. I'm out here on location at the Halliburton Forest. I don't know if you guys know where that is or not, but it's in Halliburton, Ontario, Canada, at least just outside of it. This is a 100,000 acre private piece of property, which gives access to many people, including myself, for recreation. I'm out here on a bit of a vacation today, and I happen to stop into a logging museum. And I gotta tell you, this is one of the most spectacular museums that I've seen in terms of stuff that I like. This has some really amazing old snow machines. And check this sucker out right here. You can see the old helmets, you can see all the old equipment here, and don't quote me on some of this snow machines here. I don't know all about them, but as you can see here, there are snow machines here that I don't even know where they would have gotten them from, but they are phenomenal just to have a look at. Like, look at this. You like mechanical stuff? Nothing more mechanical than that unit right there. This right here, love the old Dale Earnhardt paint job on it. Getting over this way, you guys can see this machine. That's not that uncommon to me. That's not that old, but this certainly is. Then we got this thing. I don't even know what that is. You guys ever seen one of those before? Or this thing? I tell you, this place is phenomenal. That's why I wanted to take a moment and just show you. Aside from the actual, stuff around here, the actual snow machines, the building itself is phenomenal. If you have a look here, all this wood here was made from lumber that these guys harvested in their private wood lot. 100,000 acres. Unbelievable. What's even more unbelievable, and hopefully the darkness sort of gets fixed in the camera there, but what's even more amazing is I'm now walking into an original sawmill building. So this used to be in operation, I think, from about 1940 to about 1970. And this whole building was a sawmill, and you can see some of the antiques that were used in here at that point, and they're on display, so kind of cool. We make our way around the outside. Some of this stuff, I think that's for picking up ice. I think that's for driving spikes in railroads. Don't quote me on that. But some of the other equipment you guys can see around here. A little bit further along here, it's got all the cool old history, and I've gone through here over the last little bit just reading it. It's pretty phenomenal. Right here you got the old antique picaroon, or hookaroon as you guys would come to call it. Look at this thing, old jackhammer. I think it's gas powered. Up top here, that's what I'm talking about. The old Max, beautiful. These probably were in operation on this property at one point or another. Bit of a scary unit to use, I'd imagine. But you can see them all down there. Pretty phenomenal. Check that out up there. You guys see them up on the roof? Two-hander. The other thing is I look around in here that I find really neat. Check out the floorboards, the old circle sawn boards. Looks like a lot of them are hemlock. Just really neat to see here. I'm sure a lot of those, as I said, are original. So you could imagine the stories that those things would tell. Making our way down here, you can see they've got all kinds of information here. Timber scaling techniques, all this stuff I just love. Down here, check that out. Now that's a blower. The old sprocket here. The old wooden pulleys, I guess we'd call them. You can see up here we got the saws. I don't even know what that unit is. I'd have to read about it. Stationary engineer, second class, pretty cool. Looking in here, there's some stuff in here. I'm sure some of you guys who are watching actually own this, maybe hanging up in a barn or a shop somewhere. But I definitely got to learn about it because I don't know everything about it. But this is the place to figure it out. Check that out. And then we get over to this section. This section's really cool as well. This is a little section within the sawmill that they set up that's talking about blacksmithing. And this is really cool in itself. You just walk in and you got this anvil here, and I can't really tell what it is, nor do I want to touch that too much, so we'll just have to assume it's a nice one. You can see the blower set up. You got the forge, the old post vise, the old horseshoe in there. Just amazing. I come back to places like these and I tell you, they just sort of spark some interest in me. I just love to know what happened here during the period it was in operation, talk to the people who were making stuff in here and find out all about it. Just amazing stuff. I saw this in particular as well because this thing right here is a coffee grinder. I know that. And if you guys know me, you know I love the sludge or the coffee, so that's pretty cool. You guys can see over here we got some more horseshoes that they would have made at some points, and the old pumps, and I don't know what that is, a heater of some sort, I think. But just amazing stuff to look at in here, and it just phenomenal that I was fortunate enough to find this little museum to pop into and have a look around. Hopefully you guys are liking the tour. You can see all the tongs over there and forge down in there. Real nice blower there. I'm sure that thing's had some miles put on it. Really cool stuff. And check that out. I almost missed it. That right there, if I'm not mistaken, that big piece of steel there with the chain hook to it, I believe that is for skidding logs. I'd have to read a little bit about it, but really cool. Oh, look at that. There's the guy, Albert Daniels, blacksmith at the base camp. Gonna have to check that out in more detail. Anyways, that's something else right there. And if we look up this way, have a look up there. Got that old cedar strip canoe up there. Right above my head here is another one. Old wooden ladders, and gee, look at that rowboat over there. Just amazing. Look at that thing. I tell you, you don't find treasures like this too often, and this is where I'm at. If you guys are interested in checking this out, I was just doing some traveling and found out about this museum and stopped in. So really cool. We just pop up here. Look at that coil spring. Know what that is? I don't know what that is. Got the old saws up on the wall. The old pictures of the place. Can you imagine? There's the sawmill right there. If you know what type of sawmill that is, you guys make it known down below in the comments. But there it is. Pretty phenomenal. Got the big saw blade here. Guys, have a look. Look at that stuff. Old calendars. Not sure what that is. Old sleigh. You guys see that? Hopefully the lighting's all right. An old sleigh right there. There's some horse equipment. Just amazing. Look at these old diagrams. Old sleigh. Gee, I can't get enough of this. Well, is that a potbelly stove? Is that what they call those? Some hunters here. Got a little moose pulley, some pictures. Look at that. Just amazing. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to continue looking around here because I tell you, aside from the snow machines on this side and then the blacksmithing and some of the old chainsaws and sawmill stuff, this place is phenomenal. Once again, I'm at the Haliburton Forest Logging Museum, and I just happened to come across it. If you guys have been here before, let me know down in the comments. This place is phenomenal. I'm going to keep looking around, but hopefully this just shed a little bit of light on how exciting these types of finds are, because I'm pretty much on cloud 9 right now. I'm going to be spending some time in here looking at cool stuff like this. So anyways, guys, hope you like that video. Look at that thing back there. Hopefully you like this video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already, and certainly come back next time. You guys all take care. See you then. Guys, check this out. I was walking right past that museum, and then I found an actual sawmill. This sawmill is kind of unique because it's got two of my favorite things in it. A sawmill, and B, it's got a golf cart down there. Anyways, this sawmill is not in operation, but I think it's just here to exemplify what happens. So you guys can see we've got old railroad track up here. This would have been the spot where the logs came onto the log deck and then got rolled onto this carriage. Now, I'm not an expert on this type of sawmill. You guys will have to tell me down below the actual type of sawmill, but I understand this is called the carriage, and then we can adjust the width of the cut here by pulling that lever. You got some other controls here. You guys can let me know what they all do down below. Down here, you guys can see we got the track. We got a broom here, which sweeps off the track, probably clears the dust. And down here, you guys can see we got the wheels. Look like cast iron wheels. Everything's solid here. Up in here, you guys can see we got some cables, some springs. Everything's rusted up solid, though, as you can expect with not being used, but cool nonetheless. And if you guys have a look down here, you can see where the cables wind up on this spool here, or this drum rather. Got our sprockets here, and then down here, this must be the offshoot where the rollers are. That must be after the log goes through the blade. I'd imagine the lumber goes over top of those rollers and then gets picked up at the far end. Over here you can see, I don't know what this is, some sort of what's that? I don't even know. Some sort of the drive motor pulleys, and then you can see here we got our belt, and then ultimately it goes down to this house here. I don't know what that house is, but let's just have a look-see. I don't know, what is that, guys? An old diesel motor of sorts? Looks like it. Check that out. Looks like a part of a tractor, but it looks like a diesel motor of some sort. That's probably what they were using most recently to power this. You guys can see the pulley down there, and then works its way in here. There's our rollers. I saw a brand down here. I don't know, what does that say right there? J. McCrae, Lindsay, Ontario. So that's Lindsay, Ontario, Canada. Probably about an hour and a half from where I'm at. But anyways, that's a cool find there. I wanted to show you because, you know, I don't come across these too often, and just so happened it was right next door to the logging museum, and I didn't even see it. Really, really cool. Let me know what you know about this down below in the comments. And as always, guys, take care. Happy sawing.